Everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Connect with Eleanor. I'm so glad to have you guys all here. On today's episode of Connect with Eleanor, we're going to be talking about the right words at the right time. Before we continue, please kindly like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I will so much appreciate your support, your opinions, and your ideas towards making this channel more than it is. Now, back to today's topic, we're talking about the right words, the right time to the right people. A word spoken at the right time is as lovely as a golden apple being put in a basket. The truth is, many of us, we want to have the right conversations with people. We want our conversations to be productive, but most of us don't understand how conversation works. There are many of us that we are actually saying the right thing, but we are speaking it at the wrong time. There are many of us that it's even the right time, but the way we are presenting our words are not appropriate. Episode of Connect with Eleanor, we're going to be talking about the factors that affect a conversation, factors that determine whether this conversation will end well or not, even before you start one. It is very important to note all these factors when you're having a conversation with someone. So we're going to get right into every single one of those factors that determine whether a conversation will end well or not. The first thing to consider when you're having a conversation is this. Number one, the age of the person you're having a conversation with. I mean, the way you have a conversation with a kid will be probably different from a teenager, will be different from a young adult, and an adult, an aged person is very different. The way you approach them is different. The manner of approach is different. You cannot come to a kid and you're using sophisticated words. They'll just be looking at you like this, because there is a way to communicate with kids in a way that they will be able to understand, and there is a way to communicate with an adult. There's a way to communicate with an elderly person, because they have more experience than you. And you having that conversation with them, you must have taught everything for having such conversations. So the first thing you consider when you're having conversations with the person is the age of the person. It is very, very important. So consider when you're having a conversation with the person is the timing of the discussion. Now, is this person in the right state of mind to have this conversation? Are they tired? Did they just come back from work? Are they exhausted? Are they in an angry mood? You look at the state of the person when you are having a conversation, because timing is everything. Even if you want to say the right things, if your timing is wrong, the entire conversation will just end up into something else. There was a particular day that I was having a sort of argument with one of my friends, and I didn't even know that when she was coming back, she was already having a bad day. And I brought up this conversation. It just escalated the whole issue because I didn't take time to assess the person I was having a conversation with before I had that conversation. So the timing of your discussion matters, the state of the person. Is this person in the right state of mind to have this conversation with me? If not, you hold on the conversation till the person is okay and capable enough of having the conversation. The third thing that I would say that helps when you're having a conversation with someone that you need to check is the personality of the person. Is the person somebody that is a cheerful person? Is the person somebody that is gentle? How exactly, and mostly this applies to people that you already know in your life, because a stranger, you might not really be able to guess the personality of a stranger. You understand? You just have to use your intuition or the body language of the person to know whether this person is a cheerful person or not. But in case of people that are close to you, if you already know the kind of personality they have, does this person like having night conversations? Does this person like having conversation in the morning? How exactly does this person communicate? So once you know the kind of personality that the person you're having a conversation with has, it will be very, very easy for you to have conversations with them. Another thing that I feel that you should consider when you're having a conversation with someone is that you must make sure that you must be able to articulate your thoughts very well. You must be clear and precise. It's not the one that you come and meet someone and say, in the year 1990, because you want to have conversations, make sure you are clear and precise. I meet the person, okay, I really want to have this conversation with you. Something happened the other day, and this and that, and this and that. You go straight to the point. No need for unnecessary story and drama. Except you're talking to someone that is an elderly person, because elderly people, they like stories and all these things. But if you're talking to someone that is a teenager or a young adult, it's better you just go straight to the point, because you giving them unnecessary story, the person will even get lost in the conversation, will probably not even get exactly what you're talking about. So you make sure that you articulate your thoughts very well. You organize what you want to say. You understand? You prepare yourself. It's not the one. I know most people feel like, why should I prepare because I want to have a conversation? It is very important because over the years I've learned it that if you don't prepare before you have a conversation with someone, there is a tendency that it will probably lead to an argument or a fight because you're not properly presenting those words. You're not looking at the timing. You're not looking at the personality of the person. You're not looking at so many factors before you approach the person for a conversation. Whether we like it or not, those things are very, very important. Now, the fourth thing I would say that is very essential when you're having a conversation is your closeness with someone. If you're not close with someone, there is a way you speak to the person. For someone like me, if I'm talking to my friend, there's a way I speak. I'll just be like, see what you did the other time, I don't even like it. I mean, you really disappointed me. I'll use words like you disappointed me because I know that they are my friends. We've known each other for a while. Our level of closeness, the years, the bond that we have with each other permits us to use those words. You cannot just go and meet a stranger and start telling the stranger that I'm disappointed. There's a way to use words, especially with people you're not close to. You understand? You can't expect me to have conversations with somebody I just met probably a few months ago and have the same conversation with somebody that I've known for years. That's entirely different. The way we speak, the friendliness in our voice, the tone of our voice will be extremely different. You understand? If my friend does something that upsets me, there is a way I speak it. You understand? If somebody that I know, okay, it's not my friend, it's a stranger, there is a way I present it because I know that this person does not know the kind of person I am. This person doesn't know the way I speak, doesn't know much about me. So the way I speak to the person is entirely different. You know, for someone that is your friend, you already know their background. You know so many things about them. They know you so much that even if you tell them that I'm disappointed in you, they will not take it the wrong way because they know that it's just you using English to impress them. It's not like you mean anything. But if you say it to someone that is a stranger, or they might take it the wrong way. So like I said, it's very important. You're closer to the person will determine the way you use your words to speak to the person. Circumstances surrounding the conversation. If the person is already stressed up, like I said the other time, or probably the person is rushing, is going out and is rushing, and that's when you now want to have a conversation on what you did the other night. I mean, the timing is just entirely wrong. So you have to look at the environment before you have such conversations. There are some people that, yes, actually want to have this conversation with them, but they are not in the right environment. If you just say you want to just speak, you probably not even communicate with them. That the communication will just be one-sided. So you have to look at the circumstances that is surrounding the person before you have such conversations. It is very, very important. That thing that I would say that is very important when you're having a conversation is the tone of your voice. I want to really buttress on this point because it has caused so many issues with relationships, marriages, and all these things. I feel like mostly it's guys that make this mistake. The tone of your voice is very important when you're speaking to someone. Tone matters a lot. Your pitch, your mannerism. Because the truth is, no matter how much you're talking to someone, they will look at your body language. Listen to the tone of your voice. Is this person speaking in high pitch? I remember years back, there was a particular guy that approached me. I think he wanted to ask me if I cannot really remember the way the conversation went, but the way he approached me was just like, right, I want to ask more questions. And I was like, I don't understand. Where are you coming from? Don't use that tone with me. I don't like it. Funniest thing, I later found out that that's just the way the guy speaks. But you know, I didn't know that because the guy was practically a stranger and you just approached me with a very deep and harsh tone. I felt like, I don't understand. I don't know you from anywhere. Did we fight? Did I have any issues with you? But honestly, this guy was just having a normal conversation. But I took it the wrong way because I was telling myself that why will you be using that kind of tone with me? I don't know the reason why, but I'm very sensitive about tone. If you're having a conversation with me, you cannot just come and you just use that your loud voice and just say, what you did the other time, I don't like it. It's very annoying. It's different from what you did the other time. I don't really like it. Tone matters a lot when you're speaking to people. I always tell my friends this thing every single time. Your tone matters because people will not even look at exactly what you're saying. They are paying attention to your tone when you're speaking to them. You know, there is a way you can be talking to somebody and the tone you are even using is so disrespectful and you yourself might not even pay attention to it. That's why before you have a conversation with the person, pay attention to your tone. It is very, very important. Let's say, for example, you have an issue with your spouse and you want to have a conversation with them. Like I said, guys mostly fall victim of this. They don't understand how tone affects ladies. For someone like me, if you come and meet me and you're raising your voice at me and you're telling me that you're having a conversation, I won't even listen to what you want to say. I won't lie to you. No matter how much in my ears, it's just blah, 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 blah. That's just it. But if you're speaking to me with a normal tone, there is a way you speak. Now, let's say, okay, you have issues with your spouse now and you want to actually talk to the person and you're like, my dear, I want to talk to you regarding what happened the other day. I didn't like what you did though. It was not making sense at all. It was not this, it was not that. She'll just be looking at you like this. First of all, in her mind, she might not say anything, but in her mind, she's like, why is this guy using this tone for me? I don't understand. What did I do? Why are you shouting on me? That's the first thing. It's not even that the lady did something wrong. It's the fact that you are shouting on her. Now, you yourself, you that you have a deep voice, you'll be telling yourself that, I'm not shouting, I'm just talking. Exactly. But in our own perspective, you are shouting because of the tone of your voice. Many people, they will tell you, that's how the tone of my voice is. That's how this, even if you have a deep voice and an intimidating voice, there is still a way to present your words in a way that will not make the other person feel like you're shouting on me. You understand? You can probably slow down your speed. My dear, I want to have this conversation with you. This was what happened the other day. This was what you did the other day, and I didn't really like the way you I didn't like the way you reacted. I mean, I was just trying to talk to you. There is a way to not like, my dear, I don't like what you did the other day. It's so annoying. So when you're having a conversation with somebody, you pay attention to your tone, your mannerism, because all these things, they speak a lot on your body language. You understand? So tone is very, very essential in every conversation. Now, if you look at it, we talked about the age of the person, the timing of your discussion, the state of the person, the personality, your closeness, the circumstances, the tone of your voice. All these things are very, very important when you're having a conversation with someone. Your use of words, yeah. I remember that's another essential point, your use of words. There are many of us that we use harsh words and we don't really know that those words are harsh. English is just, I don't know, there's something about English that is so weird that if you're not careful, you will offend the other person. I mean, I might be telling you that I'm so disappointed in you. From the perspective of the person is like, she's so disappointed. I mean, what did I do that this person is disappointed in me? You know, there is a way having a conversation with somebody and using some words just makes the whole thing escalate. I mean, just imagine someone coming to me and saying, I'm mad at you. What you did was so annoying. And the person will be like, what me I did was so annoying. Wow, are you serious? You know, that's just the way it is. We react to words differently. So I feel like when we're having a conversation, we need to pay attention. Even I myself are falling victim of this. I mean, I've said some words that in my own perspective, they were not harsh words. But from the person's perspective, it was as if I bombarded them with a whole lot of, I don't know, harsh words. So that's just how it is. You know, from your own perspective, you might just be having a normal conversation. But when you're having conversations with the person is looking at your tone, is looking at the way you're speaking, is looking at your eyeballs, is looking at eye contact. So many things are involved in having a conversation. The essential ones that you have to pay attention is the state of the person, the timing. You understand? The timing, is this the right time? So I hope that you pay attention to all these things when you're having a conversation with people. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Connect with Eleanor. I'm so sorry that this episode is short like this due to some reasons. I had to quickly shoot this episode because I have a busy schedule, but I love you guys so much. I hope you know that. Thank you so much for your support towards my channel. I appreciate it. I hope you pay attention to all these things that I said. When you're having a conversation with someone, you will realize that those are the things that causes misunderstandings and arguments. Thank you everyone. I love you so much. See you guys next week. Bye.